Hey guys, welcome back to our place for another video. Today I have a little markdown haul to share with you guys. Bits and pieces that I picked up at the supermarket, and I'm going to talk you through not only what I'm going to do with all of these marked down goodies that I found, because I did find a heap, but also a little bit of a meal plan, some ideas of how I'm going to use these marked down fruits and veggies up over the next couple of days, but also putting some aside to use later on down the track. They're going to go in my freezer. I've also got 2 recipes that I'm going to share with you today using up some of the produce that we picked up, and we're going to have some snacks. So hang around to the end of the video. Those recipes are going to be coming to you guys after this little markdown grocery haul that I'm going to share with you right now. And this is a little marked down haul that we've managed to pick up. Lots of goodies here, and I'm going to talk you guys through not only what I've got, the current prices that we're looking at here in Exmouth, so you can see why I thought these were a bit of a deal, but also what I'm going to do with them, because that's the biggest thing. When you buy all of this markdown stuff, you've got to have a plan. What are you going to do with it? So let's start over here. I did pick up a bunch of silver beet for $1.50. This is normally $5, so that's a pretty good bunch, pretty good price for a bunch. Kale was down to 99 cents, and normally this runs at $4.50. So again, these two are a good deal. The kale's still quite green. What I will do is de-stem both of these and get these into some containers. The kale, I will go ahead and marinate in a little bit of lemon juice and olive oil, so it's ready to be thrown into some dishes. As you can see, it is starting to go a little bit yellow, but that's okay. It's still good. It's not soggy and it's not moldy. It's just starting to lose a little bit of its green color because it has been picked and sitting on the shelf for a little while. These green veggies start to lose a little bit of their chlorophyll, which is what makes them green. So they're still perfectly edible. They're just not as green as what they were, and you'll see that when I get to the broccoli over here as well. It's the exact same deal, but they're still perfectly good as long as they're not moldy. It's all right if they're starting to turn a little bit yellow. I've picked up 2 packets of the snow pea sprouts. These are down to $1.50. Again, these normally run at $5. So these we throw through salads, and a great just little topper to put on top of a variety of different meals. This we have found tends to last in the fridge for quite a bit longer than its use by date, so I think we will get a week out of these. So I'm not too stressed about using both of these up, but they will last a couple of days in the fridge and it's all good. So they're just going to get tossed through a variety of different dishes as a bit of a garnish, but also I have used these as a salad base as well. Speaking of salads, I've got 2 bags of salad, both marked down to $1.50, spinach and rocket, and a kale slaw. So these kale slaw ones here normally run for $5.50. Spinach and rocket is $4, so a good buy on both of those. Again, I'm going to mix these together and make them into a salad. That's probably going to do us 4 lunches for today and tomorrow, so I'm going to make up a big salad and it's going to be gone by tomorrow lunchtime, which is awesome. Some mixed packs of fruit and veg at different prices. So I have just grabbed these. We will probably stew or cook with a lot of these fruits. I've got 2 lemons, a couple of pears, an apple and a kiwi fruit in this one. Still nice and firm, maybe a couple of blemishes, but they're perfectly fine. Realistically, I could probably just put them in the fruit bowl and they could just be eaten. There's nothing really wrong with them. They're not moldy. Like I said, just a few blemishes. They're just not perfect. They're a bit more like ugly fruit, but we will still use them. I will probably cook with them and get them used up that way. if I bake with this sort of stuff, then it can go in the freezer and we can get even longer out of it. So $1.13 on this pack, $2.23 on this pack. The back is a mixed veggies, so I've got my big thing of broccoli, which again, like I said, is just starting to go a little bit yellow. It's starting to lose some of its color, but it's not moldy, so it's still perfectly good to use. And I'm going to use this either today or tomorrow. I've got a carrot and a tomato. Again, great for cooking, nothing wrong with them. $1.45. Broccoli varies in price, but looking at about $5.50 a kilo. Carrots are $2.50 a kilo, and tomatoes are sitting around $8 a kilo here in Exmouth at the moment. Fruit again varies, $5 usually on special depending on what is in season, and that will change with the varieties. So $5 is usually what's on special, can run up to $8 or $9 a kilo for apples and pears. Kiwi fruit at the moment, $8 a kilo for kiwi fruit. So again, a good buy on all of these. I have 2 packs of avocados for $3 each, so it's $1 per avocado. Avocados at the moment are $3.50, so I've got 3 avocados for less than $1. One avocado. I've got 3 avocados in a pack for less than the cost of 1 avocado. That's what I was trying to say. Avocado can be frozen, so we will use some of these over the next couple of days, but I will also freeze a packet. So 1 packet to go in the fridge to use, 1 packet to be frozen. And yes, you can freeze avocado, and it's great particularly if you're going to turn it into something like guac, or you're going to mash it, or you're going to use it in a cooked dish. Doesn't hold up terribly well if you just want to put cubes of it in your salad, but there's lots of ways to use avocado. So yes, 1 bunch will be going in the freezer. Now, last but not least, I do have 6 packets of bananas. So these are all starting to brown. Usually when they're like this, they're still quite firm on the inside, so they're still fine to eat. But we do have 4.5 kilos of bananas here, and these are the 75 gram bags. So $12 for 4.5 kilos of bananas, but bananas here at the moment are $7 a kilo. So this is a good buy to be able to get these. I will probably throw 1 packet in the fridge just to be used as is. Like I said, they're still fine, they're still firm on the inside, so perfectly fine eating bananas, but the rest will be peeled and frozen, and then that way I can use them for cooking. I just need to take them out and defrost them, or I can turn them into things like smoothies and nice cream. But great for baking. These are all going to go in the freezer and be ready to use at a later date. I will possibly freeze half and bake with half if I have enough time today. So I will actually get some things baked and in the freezer. But yeah, there is our haul. That is our plan. Oh, and my eggplant. I forgot about the eggplant. It was $1.50. So I've picked that up as well. Good buy again. I will probably do something with that for dinner. Cook up and do maybe like a curry or something, and quickly use up a few of these veggies in a big batch. And there we go. That is our little haul of markdown goodies that we found, and our plan of attack. So it's all going to get prepped, and it's all going to go either in the freezer to be used at a later date, or cooked to be eaten now, or frozen to be eaten at a later date. So there we go. As you can see, these bananas are still really firm on the inside. They're not overripe at all, but this is how I froze most of the bananas, flash frozen on a tray. I actually did quite a few of those packets this way, but I also baked up a few things, a few treats to put in the freezer. So beginning by doing a banana oat bread. So this is like a banana bread, but just using oats. It does turn out a little bit denser than your traditional banana bread, but it works really well as a quick on-the-go breakfast. We really liked this with a little bit of butter and honey on top. You'll see the consistency once it's baked. how I mean it's a bit denser. But this was a dump in the blender recipe that I found online and figured I'd give it a go. Possibly wasn't my favorite recipe, but I just think it was denser than what I was expecting, but it still turned out really yummy, very quick and easy, and a great way to use up some of these bananas that we had on hand. The second recipe, however, was absolutely delicious and one of my new all-time favorite snacks. So I did use some frozen berries from my freezer for this one. This is absolutely delicious and I actually think could pass as a dessert, even though it is full of healthy ingredients. You could probably have it for breakfast. Definitely a great snack. But like I said, if you're in a pinch and you wanted to have a healthy dessert, then this one would definitely pass for that as well. One of the things that I do like to do when I buy all of these marked down fruits and veg is make sure that I do have a bit of a plan in mind while I'm at the supermarket of recipes that I know, quick and easy recipes to go to use these veggies up. You never know what you're going to find marked down at the supermarket. So having a few recipes in your arsenal that are quick and easy, because you need to deal with all of these markdown goodies as soon as possible, so you can use them up quickly, but also that are versatile. Recipes that you can use a variety of different ingredients in. So these recipes here, while I've used the bananas today, I could have also stewed up the apples and used the apples instead of the bananas. So if you have a glut of apples or pears, the alternative would be to stew all of those apples up and use them exactly the same way that I did with the bananas, and you could do the exact same recipes that I'm doing here. And I've actually done that in the past with the bread recipe, although I did use flour in that one, not just oats, and it turned out absolutely fantastic. It's almost like an apple pie or an apple crumble with the oats and the white flour in there as well. And you could do a very similar thing with this slice that I'm making here at the moment. So basically, I've mashed together my bananas, the oats, and a little bit of plant milk for the base. And the top is frozen mixed berries that I've defrosted. And I'm mixing through a couple of tablespoons of chia seeds to make a jam to go on top. Absolutely fantastic. It's really sweet, really nice, cooks up beautifully, and will keep in the fridge for a couple of days. So it's a great way to have some snacks or an easy on-the-go breakfast, or like I said before, it could even pass as a dessert because it is quite sweet. It's really nice. So these were just a couple of the recipes that I whipped together really quickly. A lot of the other stuff went into the freezer as is, and then I can use them in different recipes later on down the track as we go. But what a quick and easy way to use up some of this fresh produce that we found marked down. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. What are some of the ways that you like to use up fresh produce that you find marked down at the supermarket? What are some of your go-to quick and easy recipes that you know that you can pull together quickly if you happen to stumble across some of these bargains? It's always great to hear from you guys, and it's great to share all of these different ideas and recipes because somebody else might come along and read your comment and also think that's a great idea, and maybe they've got some of those things on hand. So these are my two bakes after they've come out of the oven, my oat banana bread and our berry slice. I'm about to cut into my banana bread now, and you can see what I mean by saying it's a little bit denser. It's still lovely, it's just not soft and fluffy like a banana bread is, but we still really enjoyed this, particularly with that honey and butter on top. It was really filling, and a great on-the-go breakfast, I think, or a snack. But this one was definitely my favorite out of the two. This one was a winner, so if you've got time, put this one on your to-do list.